Alright, so now what we're going to do is look at this hair as a dynamic property. I want to get rid of this one because I feel I screwed up pretty bad there. And duplicate this one. I'm going to leave it somewhere in the head this time, about right there. Turn it into a cloth object. Grab the vertices right there. Constrain them. Perfect. And you can see that's way thicker than these strands. So you might want to use a combination of both techniques to get some really neat hair. Now, let's go and click on these pieces of hair. We just want those pieces. And let's go over to Dynamics. Let's go to the fan. And you can see these turn purple. Let's go down here and raise the fan up. You'll notice that if I click here, go back, so rotate then move, I have the positive Z pointing in this direction. The only reason I did this is because it was yellow and it was really hard to show students that this is positive Z. So if I click on the fan, go to the channel box, I want the wind to be in a direction of negative Z. So I put a -1 here. And I put a 0 in Y, because it would blow the hair up. Okay, rewind it, and hit play. The first time it'll freak out probably. And you can see what's going on. It's blowing the hair back. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's your mission for quite some time, is to duplicate these and put them into position and then make the hair blow. I'll do it one more time and then I'll show you what I do after that. But I'll do this for a while. Don't think that I'll just stop here. It's just doing it over and over again in a video would be kind of boring. Let's fill in this area. Sweet. Okay, next stage. I need these as non-dynamic, not all this stuff attached to them. So I will, at the end, duplicate this. And there's my hair pieces. Now, if I can, I will try to get rid of any edge loop that I can get rid of without hurting the overall design. Like these might be a good one. So let's get them all combined with each other. Let's go to this. Make sure they're all green. Polygons, mesh, combine. There we go. So now I'm not hopping in and out of that every 2 seconds. Let's go to edge. Double click it. Control right click. Edge loop utilities. To edge loop and delete. You see that didn't hurt anything. Now these, if I wanted them to stick around, I could. I can make different variations of them blowing, different rates. Let's say I took the magnitude of this and upped it to, let's say, 10, which is a lot. Okay, look at that. Now I have some new ones. And I can add those to the pile. Let's rotate that one just a little bit. Very cool. Let's say I'm all done. I probably won't get rid of these until the very, very, very end, but I could put them on a new layer and hide them. I could put the egg on the layer too if I wanted to. And then I could work with this piece to see how that looks. Alright, it's not too bad. It just needs shaping up right here. Now what I could do is take the whole hot mess into Mudbox. Let's see what that looks like. This character is mirrored. So this side right here is probably got its normals reversed. That often happens with this. Display, polygons, face normals. Yeah, see how these are pointing out and these are pointing in? Right. And it's a vicious battle, so you can reverse this side. Yeah, there we go. That should work. Okay, let's go to display, polygons, face normals. There we go. So we're toning this down. Once you have face normals on, it is very disturbing. There we go. Okay, let's go to Mudbox for a second. Now I prefer Blender, but I'm just using Mudbox because that's what the students have. Send to Mudbox, send as a new scene. Oh, cool. It came in just perfect. Yep. No, it totally screwed up. So let's go back to Jade. And it's because I think I didn't have that piece highlighted. I'll say keep all. Good. Yep, so this is what it's going to do for me. That's why I'm only working on side of the character, and that's why Mudbox sucks. So let's take this and use grab. And what we could do is we can now move this stuff like this, which is a lot easier than trying to move it by hand, vertice by vertice, or rely on dynamics. I like using the combination of dynamics and the brush though. Okay, there's a thing called grab silhouette. In most cases, that works a lot better, especially with low poly stuff. Oh, I could turn mirror off too. That would make it a little bit faster. Now what I did, I moved this. So I'm going to have this going on. There are things that you could do, like pinch these ends. Sometimes that looks a little bit better. But really, you can't really tell that this piece looks like this because it's got the elf on it. Alright, now that it looks a little bit better, let's go back. Okay, once I update the scene, it's going to look horrible at first. Everything's going to be jacked up. The other side of the character is gone. But the hair looks better. It just doesn't have its alpha. Luckily, that's why I made that existing material. So right click, existing material. Notice there's a hair in hair 1. Hair is what you want. Alright, so now you need just some in the back so it doesn't look so weird. But there is hair in Maya. Game friendly. Just gotta watch it because it will up the polygon count quite a bit. It's nothing new though. I mean, I tear apart video games and I see a little bit higher polygon count than that half the time. Display. Pretty cool. Just have to mirror the other side. And you can mirror this too. But I would make individual strands because it leaves to the imagination of the non-symmetry thing. Okay. Now, how do I know this is valid data? Well, what current video game is out there that has cool hair? Maybe Death. He has cool hair. Now let's look at his hair for a second. I can't tell you how I got this. I couldn't say that I got the game. I own it. Will not be using it for profit in any way other than educational purposes only. So here is a strand of hair. Control right click to shell. And there is the strands we were talking about. Also, if you look up here, here is the tube variety of that. And then in the back, he did a little bit something different. He's got a bigger piece back here, rather than individual strands. Now you could just make strands and then glue them together. That would be the best bet, because that way you can have the UVs the way they are. So, just to show you that it really does exist in game, death comes along for the ride. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the hair series, Hair for Games, hair-raising escapades. Enjoy. And thank you, Mark Tyler, for the great model that you produced. Sorry I tore apart and caused some distress, but I'm sure you'll put it back together. Have fun.